Good morning, students. Happy Monday. Today is Hat Day, as you can see. I hope to see you posting some pictures of you in your hats and your different Spirit Week activities this week. So today is Hat Day. Tomorrow is Pet Day. Then we have Reading Day and Sports Day on Thursday. There's no school on Friday in observance of Good Friday. But I will see you Monday through Thursday, hopefully in your spirit wear. So I'd love to see what fun hats you have. I hope you enjoy my shark hat for today. Anyway, in science this week, we're going to be talking about life cycles. The life cycle of a butterfly is what we're talking about this week. As you can see, our standard is to observe and describe major stages in the life cycles of plants and animals, mainly butterflies this week. The essential question we'll be answering is, how do animals change throughout their life cycles? So we're going to start at the beginning, go through the end, and then continue the cycle through. Our objective is to observe that all living things go through a life cycle. So if they are living, like plants and animals, they go through a life cycle. Vocabulary words are animal, insect, butterfly, egg, larva, life cycle, caterpillar, and pupa, or chrysalis. So by the end of our lesson on the life cycles of a butterfly, you will know all of those words.
Hi guys, Squeaks and I have been solving riddles all week. I thought you might know this one. What starts its life as an egg, then it walks on many legs, and then it uses wings to fly? A butterfly! I bet you've seen a butterfly. And have you heard the saying, if you've seen one, you've seen them all? That's not true with butterflies. There are over 17,000 different kinds of butterflies, and they come in all kinds of colors and patterns. But all butterflies have one thing in common. They all used to be caterpillars. So, how did this become this? Well, butterflies go through 4 stages in their life that turn them into beautiful insects that we see flying around. Together, these 4 stages are called metamorphosis, which comes from the Latin words for changing shape. So what are these 4 stages? Stage number 1, the egg stage. During the egg stage, a mama butterfly will fly from plant to plant, and when she finds the perfect one, she'll lay her eggs on it. Itty bitty teeny tiny little caterpillars live inside those eggs. When they're ready, these tiny little caterpillars chew their way out of their egg, and now we've reached stage number 2, the larva stage. The hungry caterpillar then crawls out of its egg, and then it eats its eggshell. And then it eats the leaf it's on, and probably the leaf next to it too. Did I mention the caterpillar is really hungry? All the food that the caterpillar eats helps it grow bigger and bigger until it's too big for its own exoskeleton. The caterpillar then molds its exoskeleton. But don't worry, it's already grown a new one underneath to replace it. The new exoskeleton is a little small, so to fix this, the caterpillar gulps in air to expand itself, and then it waits and lets its exoskeleton harden. But soon, that new exoskeleton doesn't fit the caterpillar either. It molts and regrows its exoskeleton again and again, usually about 4 or 5 more times. After all that molting and regrowing, the caterpillar's ready to take a break. In stage number 3, the pupa stage. The caterpillar finds a sturdy branch or stem to hang upside down from. It molds its exoskeleton one final time, regrowing a new layer called a chrysalis. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar isn't really a caterpillar anymore, but a pupa. A pupa is an insect when it's in between being a baby, like a caterpillar, and an adult, like a butterfly. The chrysalis has a hard shell to protect the soft pupa while it changes into its adult form. Inside, it regrows its 6 legs and antennae and adds wings. The pupa stays inside the chrysalis for 10 or more days. And then one day, the chrysalis moves, and it slowly cracks open, and the butterfly crawls out. Well, a really soggy-looking butterfly. Its wings are crumpled and wet. This is stage number 4, the butterfly stage. Once the butterfly is out of the chrysalis, blood will start pumping to its wings, helping them to straighten and dry out. Now the butterfly is ready to fly. fly to some food. 10 plus days without food means this butterfly is ready to eat. Butterflies drink nectar, a sugary liquid found in flowers. And sometimes they like to eat rotting fruit or even dead bugs. Butterflies take in their food through a long tube called a proboscis, sort of like how we drink a milkshake through a straw. But they can't taste food with their proboscis. Can you guess what they do taste with? Their feet. When a butterfly lands on a flower, it can tell if the flower is sweet by tasting it with the tips of its feet. If they like the way it tastes, they'll drink the flower's nectar. Now, full of food to keep it strong, the butterfly is ready to, well, be a butterfly. And that's how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Now Squeaks and I are going to go outside and see if we can spot one. And I hope you do too. See you next time on SciShow Kids.
So this week we're going to be talking about the life cycle of a butterfly. This is the standard we're going over again. It says, observe and describe major stages in the life cycles of plants and animals, including bees and butterflies. We're focusing on butterflies this week. What is a life cycle? A life cycle is the way living things grow and change. As you can see here, this shows the life cycle of a human. Start out as a baby, then a child, then a teenager, working your way up to an adult, and then you become older. This is the same way for men, women. All human beings go through their life cycle. The life cycle of a butterfly. Life cycles of living things. A cycle is something that happens over and over again. In this picture, it shows two arrows going around in a circle. So these go continuously in a circle and they never stop. To grow and change, living things need air, food, water, and shelter. So all living things need air, food, water, and shelter. They need air to breathe, food to eat, water to drink, and shelter to keep them safe. Now, shelter doesn't just mean living in a house. It can also mean living in a tree, digging underground. Animals live in lots of different places. Okay, here's our exit ticket. It says, what did you look like as a baby? Did you look the same as you did when you were born? Draw a picture of you as a baby. So this is an example of what you look like as a baby. You probably look a lot different than you do now. So to wrap things up for today, we went over our PowerPoint and we had a little bit more fun with other things. We learned that a life cycle is the way that living things grow and change. And we saw that our life cycle is like a circle, so it continues, it never stops. A cycle is something that happens over and over and over again. We also talked about living things. We know living things, they all have a life cycle, so they're all going through that continuous change. Living things need air, food, water, and shelter to keep living.